Live from the studios of News Talk Radio 580 CFRA, downtown in the heart of the Byward Market. Welcome to Sunday Night. Here's Rabbi Bulka.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, looking at the clock, or maybe I should say good night. No, if I say good night, that means I'm signing off. And we're actually just getting warmed up. And by way of introduction of the first segment, which, by the way, again, is a United Way feature, and we'll try doing this as long as we can, deep into March, because the campaign has a different coloration this year. Now, we have in Ottawa, in United Way, has gone through interesting recalculation, and they have 8 focus area champions around pivotal roles, including growing up great, belonging to community, and turning lives around. And in each of these categories, they have champions. In the category of belonging to community, one of the champions is our guest for this segment. His name is Keenan Wellar, and he is the co-founder and co-leader of LiveWorkPlay. Keenan, are you there on the other end?
I am there. Thanks for having me again.
Pleasure. Well, if you do it once well, you earn an encore.
Wonderful.
How have you been?
Busy, but feeling really good, thanks.
Are you getting warmed into this, shall we say, the new approach of the United Way with you as a champion? That's a pretty nice title to have.
It's a volunteer position, but it's also a tremendous responsibility, because knowing about 1 in 6 citizens of this community support United Way Ottawa, I don't want to let any of them down. So, it's been a lot of pressure, but I think I'm up for it and excited and energized by the chance to talk about the work and the benefits.
Yeah, so I'm not too excited about the 1 in 6. It sounds good, but what are the other 5 out of 6 thinking?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not the glass half full and half empty. This shouldn't be, really.
We can definitely do better, and, it's a great way to make a difference in your community.
So Live, Work, Play, this sounds like somebody has nothing to do and just wants to basically while away time, just having fun. So tell us a little bit about it. It's a fascinating thing, but it needs your explanation.
Well, I can try. Well, what we do, if you break it down according to the name, so first of all, we're working with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And what we're trying to do is help them enjoy a quality, affordable home in the community, a paid job that they can get one and keep one, and also just to enjoy social, cultural, and recreational opportunities in the community. And to do that, very importantly, we work with about 120 regular volunteers in this community who give of their time and, very importantly, of their connections, because a lot of this is about social capital. And a lot of the marginalized members of our community, it really comes down to, like most of us, we know somebody, and that's how we get places in life. And when you don't have that, it can be a very isolating experience, even in a big city.
So we're somehow or other, are we lagging behind other cities in terms of people in the labor market who have, let's say, disabilities or abilities in other directions, but not necessarily the ones that you would, let's say, call conventional?
Well, that's actually one of the more surprising statistics, is to know that Ottawa is a little bit behind other major urban areas in Canada in terms of our ability to have a more diverse workplace across our community. And in fact, in Ottawa, only about 43% of people with disabilities are participating in the labor market, which is, almost 30% behind the general population. So we got a bit of a problem there.
So I remember we talked about it last year. Have you gotten any more insight, let's say, from all of the stats between last year and this year in terms of knowing why? Is it because we are, let's say, a national capital? Would that explain it in any way?
It could be. I mean, we're still working on understanding some of the causes, but one thing we know for sure is that without awareness, there's nothing we can do. So I think we've put a lot of dent in the last year and a half or so of working with employers, and we have this employment accessibility resource network, which a nice acronym is EARN, And it's bringing together organizations like LiveWorkPlay, but also employers, and especially ones that are really good at this. Because peer-to-peer networking with employers is going to be the key to getting people on board. And we've also got to make a dent, which I think is part of your point. We have to make a dent in our biggest local employer, which of course is we've got the 3 levels of government, and there's a lot they could do to make a difference. For
sure. Now, you were the CEO and co-founder of LiveWorkPlay before you became a champion, right?
Oh, certainly, yes. It's about 17 years with LiveWorkPlay, and I just got the invite from the United Way last year. So
it was your dream. What was your dream when you set it up?
Boy, some people, I guess they're called, and some feel a calling. I think it was more, my wife and I were called by some people in the city who thought we had something to offer in this area, and educators as well. And I think that the dream was just a community that's more welcoming of people, because we saw an awful lot of people being excluded from the community, including workplaces, but also, neighborhoods and the type of housing that they have, and where they spend their time socially. And I've actually seen it's been a dramatic change, particularly in the past 3 or 4 years. We're noticing a big trend of young people coming out of school and going on to more active lives in the community, and less time in a holding pattern waiting to see what their life's going to be all about.
And you probably have a whole host of stories in your back pocket about people who were down and out, and somehow or other they found the right click, the right employment, and somehow or other were able to turn their lives around and actually made pretty decent contributions to where they work. This was not just simply a gimme.
Well, exactly. And in fact, if you did a Google on probably Jeremy, United Way, Ottawa, and LiveWorkPlay, you're going to find a wonderful video about exactly that story. And he's been kind enough to tell it to the world, basically, of a young man that's basically supporting his household, and he has an intellectual disability, and he never had a job. And he got matched up with the Parliament Cleaning Group here in Ottawa, and he's a valued employee, and he's had, I think, 2 raises already since about 6 months of work. And it's a wonderful success story, and it's being shared all over the city with this terrific video.
See, what people don't realize is that a lot of the things that get done in the city need people who are really proud of the work that they do. And these people, I've seen them at work, they really take a real great pride in what we would consider mundane work. But that's why they do a good job.
Yes, and you never know. I mean, there's some interesting things and situations have developed where people have gone on to unexpected forms of work. But you actually pointed to research will back up much of what you're saying, which is a huge cost to employers is retraining. If people are coming and going and coming and going, it's very expensive.
And these are reliable people.
Exactly. So reliability, and the statistics back this up, that people with disabilities as a group tend to stick in their workplaces longer, and that's a tremendous value.
And it makes us a fuller community when we show sensitivity for the entirety of the community, not just for certain segments.
Exactly, and personally, when looking for businesses that I patronize, whatever type they are, it makes me feel a lot better if I can see a workplace that reflects everybody in our community, and I think that's what a lot of employers are seeing too. And the business case is getting stronger and stronger of why it is good business sense to hire people with disabilities.
Great. So that's the talk of a real champ. Thank you, Keenan, very, very much, and good luck. I know United Way is moving along. I don't know the latest numbers, but this time last year the campaign would have been over, but this year the campaign is going into March.
Correct. Yeah. But go to unitedwayottawa.ca right now. Make a donation. Let's get it done as soon as we can.
Become a volunteer. Donate yourself. Donate your money, whatever it is, and get involved. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Okay.
We'll talk to you again next year.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Bye for now.
That's Keenan Wellar, who is one of the United Way champions in his specific area. He is involved with the Belonging to Community, as you could have heard, co-founder and co-leader of LiveWorkPlay.